I want y'all to go down in the comments, spam fins up down in the comments. We're having a little competition here at Chat Sports. What channel can get the most comments this month? We're trying to win this contest at Dolphins Today. Whoever comments fins up the most will get a shout out on Monday's show. Welcome into Dolphins Today. I am Will Scott. Hope you are all having a fantastic week. And we're going to get into the latest news and rumors about the Miami Dolphins. But first, I want to thank y'all because this is my second month on the job here, really start of my third month on the job here at Chat Sports. And Dolphins Today has finally reached 25,000 subscribers. Thank you to all of our loyal subs here at Dolphins Today. And if you haven't already, go down and hit that big red subscribe button. Here are two moves that the Dolphins made yesterday. So they officially signed Melvin Ingram. Of course, on Sunday is when we learned of the Melvin Ingram news. Jordan Schultz reported that he would sign. Yesterday, the Dolphins made it official, signing Melvin Ingram. To make room for him on the 90-man roster, they cut Chris Streveler, a quarterback who they signed back in February. So a short stint forced Chris Streveler on the Miami Dolphins. Now, the details of this Melvin Ingram deal, 1 year, $5 million. Do you like that deal for Melvin Ingram, the 33-year-old pass rusher who had a pretty good season last year for the Kansas City Chiefs? Go down and type Y for no or in for or yes for Y for yes or in for no down in the comment section. It's the pinned comment on today's video. When an ad break comes, go down and let me know what you think. So, yeah, he did play really well last season for the Chiefs after being traded by the Steelers, and kind of similar to what OBJ did in LA. After being moved to another team, he ended up playing really well for the Chiefs. So, proving that he had a lot of gas left in the tank, signs a 1 year, $5 million contract with Miami, someone who's had a very successful NFL career. Had a great stint, obviously, with the Chargers for many years, and then proving that the guy can still play with the Chiefs last year. And like I said on Sunday's show, this was going to be a short-term deal. There was no way, especially with the Dolphins' cap space situation in 2023, that this was not going to be a short-term deal. So it's a 1 year, $5 million overall pretty team-friendly deal for the Miami Dolphins, and that adds to what is a great situation for the Dolphins with their edge rushers. We're going to slot him behind Andrew Van Ginkel on the depth chart. Melvin Ingram, someone that can play on the defensive line, can play the outside linebacker position as well, and is going to be someone that can come in third down situations for the Dolphins. Here's what he did in Kansas City compared to Pittsburgh. So in Pittsburgh, he really didn't have that big of a role on the Steelers last year. Just one start in 7 games played. He goes to Kansas City and is a pretty big part of that defense that made the AFC Championship game. 5 quarterback hits, 15 tackles in 6 starts. And this is a huge pickup for Miami, right? It was important to keep bolstering this Dolphins defense, a Dolphins defense that played really well down the stretch last season. When they went 8-1 in those last 9 games, the Dolphins just allowed 15.5 points per game. Their defense has gotten even stronger because you bring back a lot of your key guys, and now you bring in Melvin Ingram, someone who's going to be really big for your defense. If you like the move, if you love the Fins, go ahead and hit a like on this video. Give us a like if you are a Miami Dolphins fan. The more likes we get, the more content you get. Give us a like on this video. Let's get into Chris Streveler now, who was cut by the Dolphins after signing with the team in February. So he gets cut less than 3 months into his Dolphins career, I guess you could say. So I figure this guy might have an outside chance at making the team. He's not even going to have a shot to do it. He spent last season with the Ravens practice squad, played in 2 games for the Cardinals, played in a couple of games for the Cardinals in 2020 after a pretty successful CFL career, won the Grey Cup in 2019. Gets somewhat of a shot in the NFL, not going to get a shot with the Dolphins. And that's great news for Skylar Thompson, right? Someone that the Dolphins drafted in the 7th round this season. So Skylar Thompson was expected to go and compete with Streveler for the 3rd string practice squad quarterback position. Now that looks to be Skylar Thompson's job. So Skylar Thompson now quarterback 3 after Chris Streveler gets cut. Skylar Thompson, I expect to be the practice squad quarterback. The Dolphins are obviously going to carry at least 2 quarterbacks on the 53-man roster. It's going to be Tua, Teddy. They decide to carry a third. Then Skylar's got, obviously a good shot at making the team. I expect him to be more of a practice squad guy. But look, if Mike McDaniel wants to get creative and make, Skylar Thompson a Taysom Hill type of quarterback, which I hope he can be that, but he does have some injury concerns, wasn't much of a dual threat his last 2 seasons at Kansas State. But if Mike McDaniel wants to get creative, line up Skylar Thompson at the Wildcat quarterback spot, line him up as a tight end, Skylar Thompson has a really good shot at making this football team if Mike McDaniel wants to do that, especially after Streveler got cut. Speaking of the Dolphins offense, you can go get your Dolphins Jaylen Waddle jerseys at chatsports.com/Waddle. Love that one right there. You can also get this aqua one as well. Chatsports.com/Waddle. Jaylen Waddle is going to have a huge year this year for the Dolphins. So while you're watching the Dolphins games, it'd be great to have a Jaylen Waddle jersey. Go get yours at chatsports.com/Waddle. So D'Eriq King, someone that a lot of Dolphins fans might be familiar with because he played across the street at the U for a couple seasons. He was cut by the Patriots on Monday after signing as an undrafted free agent by the Patriots a couple weeks ago. Very short stint with New England. A little bit surprised. I thought he might have an outside chance to make the roster there with the Patriots. He's a quarterback, but he tried out at multiple positions with the Patriots. They didn't like what they didn't like what they saw. They cut ties. So FanSided said the Dolphins should look into signing D'Eriq King. Here's what they said. It would provide the Miami Dolphins with a gadget player waiting in the wings. That was the idea the Patriots had when they signed him. He was listed as a quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. It seems like the offensive scheme Mike McDaniel is installing would be great for players like this. D'Eriq King has stated that he is willing to play any position. You could line him up anywhere from quarterback, wide receiver, running back, even as a kick returner. Should the Miami Dolphins get their kickoff, for wanting one of the more valuable players, when you look at his injury concerns? Do you want to sign D'Eriq King? Type S for sign or type P for pass down in the comments section. Let me know what you think. Obviously, was great at the U. The problem, he couldn't stay on the field. 23 touchdowns, 5 interceptions in 2020. Tore his ACL last game of the season, end of the 2020 season, decides to use his COVID year to come back for the 2021 season. Unfortunately, just played in 3 games with a shoulder injury. But I'm all for bringing him in. Look, give him a shot to make this roster, whether that's as the third-string quarterback or a wide receiver running back. This is an athletic player. Yes, the injuries are a concern, but there's definitely some upside there with D'Eriq King. Look at what he did at the University of Houston. He was one of the best quarterbacks in college football. Then he transfers to Miami. Very good for the Canes in 2020, but the health concerns are a real issue there. Even at Houston, he had some injury concerns. Missed the last 4 games of the 2018 season with an injury. So injury concerns are there with D'Eriq King. But here's why I'm interested in bringing him in, because he's open to playing other positions, right? Other quarterbacks that have been linked to maybe playing other positions, they haven't been interested in playing those positions. Tim Tebow could have played in the NFL for a long time. If he moved to tight end, he wasn't interested in doing that until, 10 or so years later, last season with the Jags. D'Eriq King, open to playing other positions outside of quarterback. Maybe a reason the Dolphins should bring him in, because Mike McDaniel, known for working well with versatile athletes. If you're still watching, you're a real one. So I want you to go ahead and comment squad down in the chat. My most loyal subs are the ones still watching. Go comment squad. I'm going to respond to every single person that comments squad down in the chat. Here's what D'Eriq King did at 2020, and we're not going to put his 2021 stats up on screen because he only played in 3 games. He was a great great quarterback. Had the option of running the football a lot too. 4 rushing touchdowns for King at Miami. Overall, a pretty good 2020 season. But this is the season that stands out to me from D'Eriq King's career. Honestly, he would have been better off entering the draft after the 2018 season. He might have been drafted 36 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 14 rushing touchdowns. So 50 total touchdowns for D'Eriq King at the University of Houston in 2018, really the last year that he was fully healthy. So I want to give y'all the option. Would you rather have Skylar Thompson or D'Eriq King as the third-string quarterback on this roster? If you're all for Skylar Thompson, which I'm excited to watch him play, type ST. Or if you want to bring D'Eriq King back to Miami, where he was playing at the U right across the street, type DQ in the chat. Thanks for watching this edition of Dolphins Today. Have a great weekend. Talk to you again soon.